Should Christians go to therapy? Have you been struggling with your mental health? You feel a little bit of anxiety or depression, and all you have been doing is going to God, and you feel bad about going to seek help and going to a therapist. I want to use this time to discuss this topic. Should Christians go to therapy? And just the overall how the church handles mental health. So let's talk about it. So as pastor for a few years, I am one of the biggest proponents of mental health. I believe that we should take care of our mental health. Unfortunately, over the past couple of years, mental health issues and obstacles have been on the rise due to the fact of social media. I think social media plays a huge part in affecting people's mental health, both ways, positive and negative, but mostly on the negative. So a question that's often asked, and often that is broached to me is should Christians go to a therapist? Should Christians attend therapy and see a clinical psychology? How about just pleading the blood and laying hands on your mind, and that should be enough? So to answer the question, should Christians go to therapy? Should Christians seek clinical help? My answer is heck yeah. Why not? So let me give you this example. If you go to the doctor and they say that you have cancer, right? So you have cancer and you obviously believe that God could heal you. You come and pray and you believe it. You have faith that God could turn around. Will you still go to an oncologist? Will you still go through chemo if you have to? Yes. It's the same thing with your mental health. Though you believe that God can do great things, you could plead the blood and by your stripes you are healed and all of that. That is true as well. However, you can also believe in that and still seek help. It's believing and being anointed is not, and seeking and going to therapy. These concepts, these approaches are not mutually exclusive. It is okay for you to do both. It's okay for you to believe in God and also go to a therapist. I want to let you know that some of your biggest breakthroughs in your life, some of your biggest healing opportunities in your life would not be at the altar at your local church. Some of the biggest breakthroughs that you will find will be on the couch of your therapist. God can meet you there and heal you as well. So do not shy away from seeking help. The same way you will seek help from a professional for your physical body, do it the same way for your emotional stuff and your mental mind. It does not make you less of a Christian. It doesn't make you less of a believer. You can still be anointed and still suffer mental health roadblocks and mental health challenges. You're looking at someone at a stage in my life. I was silently suicidal. I hit a low point in my life where I feel I was depressed in retrospect. I was so down on myself. Before I got married, I was still at home with my parents, but I was depressed. And multiple times, numerous days, as I was driving to work, I would tell myself and contemplate seriously driving off a bridge. I would take the same way to work every day, and I would say, just drive off this bridge, all your problems will go away. Thank God I didn't go through it. Thank God I didn't go through the next steps. But I seriously hit a low in my life that I contemplated suicide. In the meanwhile, I was leading the choir. I was preaching. I was being used by God, but I was still suicidal. So being anointed and being used by God does not mean that you don't battle these things. We also have seen numerous instances of pastors and leaders who have committed suicide because of mental health roadblocks. So as believers, I implore you, if you need help, it is okay for you to go see a therapist, go see a clinical psychologist. Just like God can use your cardiologist, God can use them as well. It doesn't make you a bad Christian. And I think a lot of it is just that mental health is taboo. That when folks think of mental health, that means that they're crazy, that they're off. but you can be functioning as a professional, as a husband, as a wife, as as a leader in your church, but still have certain mental health challenges as you experience grief and the pain from grief, that this can cause you to have mental health roadblocks where you may not sit here and act out, but you can't go a weekend without drinking. You can't go a day without smoking weed. So these things are oftentimes signs of mental health challenges. So I like to use this opportunity to encourage you, and don't think there's anything wrong with you for seeking help. Especially us men who are taught that you don't have any emotion, that don't be emotional. You see, the Bible says do not be emotional. That does not mean that you lose your emotions. You're not a robot. You're not an animal. Being emotional is being led by your emotions and allowing yourself to act based on how you feel. And the wisdom of God tells us not to do it because he understands our emotions change. So, for example, in that season of me committing suicide, I was so down and depressed that I almost did a permanent act based on a temporary feeling. The way I felt then, I don't feel that way now. But if I killed myself, that death would have been permanent. That action would have been permanent. So we can't allow ourselves to be led by emotions. We can't ignore our emotions. Our emotions should be a gauge, not a guide. It should indicate what's going wrong with us, so we can address it, not ignore it, but not be led by it. I believe in all levels, all generations, we should emphasize mental health, because certain things that you're battling right now internally, laying your hands is not enough. Not saying God can't do it, but I also believe God has put people in place to help you out. God has trained people in the medical field to help you achieve breakthrough. So you should definitely, if you're constantly going through stuff, seek help. We tend to overuse mental health. I believe that, just because you go to Starbucks and they don't have latte doesn't mean that you're depressed. You're sad. Your day's messed up, but you're not depressed. That's a big difference between clinically depressed. Someone who's depressed does not want to get out of bed because life is hitting them. There's a black cloud over their lives. So by all means, if you feel that there's a consistent change in behavior, if you feel that things are going on that's not right, seek some help. If you don't want to go get some help yet, seek your community. God has created a community of people to help you. Talk to them. Let's go out to lunch. I'm good for text. Yo, you good? And I mean it. Are you okay? If I see your story and you talking crazy, I'm quick to go on someone DMs. You good? You want to talk? I'm here you want to do lunch? Because I really want to make sure that you're doing well. In my church, there was a Sunday that I actually sat down and I did not preach. And I gave the opportunity to two local trained clinical psychologists, experts in their field, to talk about mental health, and the feedback was crazy what people were going through. So I believe this is an issue in our community. Men don't like seeking help, but we need help sometime, and it's okay. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Don't apologize for being human. Don't apologize to say, you know what, I don't feel right. Don't apologize to say, you know what, I'm hurt. I'm crying. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I have anxiety. It manifests itself in different ways. You go through it, and it's okay. We tend to demonize folks for being real. So listen, let me tell you something. Pastor Ron's here for you. If you need something, I will definitely pray for you. I'm always there to talk to somebody. I'm always there to be there for somebody. I know we battle stuff. I've been there. And I thank God I'm still here, because I could have been gone based on a mental obstacle I faced. And I would hate for someone that I have come in contact with to suffer in silence. So the answer, to bring it full circle, should Christians seek help? Heck yeah. And there's nothing wrong with you for seeking help. You're not weak. You're not less of a believer. You're not a pagan for seeking such help. Because I believe God could definitely give you breakthrough and give you what you need. So please, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. Of course, like and subscribe and share. I love to make this content relatable and not just preach and teach the word. And you get that every Sunday, hopefully. But I want to make this more practical and for it to hit home. Because a lot of us are going through things. I go through things. I've gone through stuff. And it's good to know that if I need help, I can seek help. And I'm still anointed and God still loves me. So tell me what you think. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. God bless you. I love you. Peace.